Spill this in. We got like 2 minutes. 2 minutes we on. I got a lot to talk to you guys about today. You know what's going down. You know what's going down. Y'all know I'm not going to hold anything back. I told you this is crash out season. So y'all better buckle up for today's live. Greetings, greetings, all my dreamers and dreamettes. It's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe right now. Also, like and share this live. We got a lot to talk about today, and we just going to break a few things down. And I got some info for you guys in different ways of looking at some things and some discoveries I found out that it's gonna open your eyes and open your minds up to new things. But today we're talking about you seen the thumbnail. So what is it? It says record producer, singer songwriter, The Dream accused of raping a woman in a lawsuit. This one right here, this hit me different because Dream is, I would say, one of my top 5 R&B singers as well as songwriters. Now, these are just allegedly, but I'm gonna tell you why this hit different for me. Dream, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, I knew, when I say the list is gonna come out, this is what the list is all about. We don't know if this has ties to the Diddy situation, but the list is unraveling. And let me tell you about let me just explain something about people trying to protect these people, the abusers, and not giving any light to the victims. When you see, like, there's a lot of victims out here, and you guys are going to be more surprised when you see a celebrity or one of your favorite celebrities come out and say this other celebrity did something to them. Would you believe it then? This has been going on, and I spoke it. The Dream, this is heartbreaking, is just as well as like Diddy. It's a lot of things going on, even though it's allegedly. When you really think about the Dream in his life and what the allegations that was set upon him, it's the same allegations that hold something above your head or trying to get you into somewhere, and you have to do this to do that. Sucker shit. It's sucker shit. But I'm going to tell you what's going to really go down, and I'm going to give you an insight of where this is going to lead to. Because there's a trick. Even the artists got tricked at this point. Don't think that the rappers out there, they're going to run for the hills. No, they got tricked, and I unraveled the trick. I unraveled the trick. We got a lot to talk about today. So when I hear something about the Dream with allegations, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other people ducking too. Did Dream speak up when Diddy was going through it? Did you hear a word out of his mouth? Did you hear something from him? Did he stand up for the victims? Did he? These are the things that we gotta take in heed. Don't let these other people fool you just because new artists and artists they love are coming out now and getting caught for certain things or having these allegations put upon them. This is not something that just came out of the blue. People are trying to heal, and within their healing, it comes from these abusers, allegedly. But if you really look, there's a pattern, like I told you. All of them are going to sound the same. Of course, they're all going to sound the same. They're in the same industry. They're dealing with the same people. They're sleeping with the same chicks. They are forcing new people to try to see what's behind. The people that's curious of what's behind the curtain are the ones that's getting abused, and they're becoming victims. Nobody knew you can go somewhere and you can get these people with all this money or however money they think they have. Nobody thought that you could fight against them until they seen somebody actually going through it. And that's why you have more victims coming. So I don't want to hear nobody blaming any victims or telling people they're making stuff up, because they ain't making stuff up. This industry is demonic and y'all know it. So cut the crap out. Cut the crap out. Don't let these people fool you, and they ain't tough either. Because if they was tough, they would have knew that they don't have ownership in their own music. Don't you know the people that already sold their music? That music is out of here. Everything else they think they own, they don't own. By a press of a button, that music could disappear. It's all like a stream. And you have nobody to blame because they don't even know who pays them. They don't got no ownership in nothing. They think they do. They was tricked. It was a chess move. Everything they buy, they give back to the people. They don't put no money in nothing. That's why they ain't got nothing. Then you see these allegations pop up on people. Yeah, it's sad to see, because Dream was one of my tops too. I swear on everything. But did I know him? No, I don't know him. I also know that there was a pattern of the people that came under Jay-Z, and they adapted this arrogance that Jay-Z carried on, because he could carry that type of weight on his back because he earned where he got to his spot. But everybody that came behind him adapted this arrogance because they could inherit his money. Think about it. Just adapting somebody's arrogance is just going to make you treat other people and hurt other people because they don't know what's going on. So of course it's going to be, those are the gatekeepers, I'm pretty sure, I see the article, they try to include Beyonce, but Beyonce ain't got nothing to do with this. I'm pretty sure she didn't even know that the people behind the scenes of what they were doing to people to promise them to get to her. How would she know that? Think about it. I see them trying to squeeze her name in, but I'm pretty sure Beyonce has a story to tell of her own too. Don't put it past her. She might be a victim too. You never know. Don't just throw people like that. Don't throw people away like that because you don't know what people are going through. The victims are speaking up, so let them speak. Don't block them in the way because they're not lying. Yeah, some people could lie. But when you hear a person trying to heal and a person telling their story, and just because it sounds like somebody else's story, doesn't mean that it ain't true. You believe all the stuff on records from the nonsense that they be putting out every day, but you can't believe somebody when they spill their heart out to you? Wake up! They got you tricked. They got you tricked. What music do artists own? One wise man in the game, I could say, he figured a part of it out, and it's Buckshot. He figured it out. He figured y'all don't got ownership. The people that had the music that could be offline, traded to people offline and had value, sold their music. They already bought that. The music that you're hearing now, it can't be sold or traded for any amount of value. It's not valued. Think about it. Everything could be duplicated from this point on with AI. So they ain't got no ownership in the game. They ain't got no stakes in the game. I'm hearing Diddy gave his shares to Revolt. Well, that's not, so? It's not like, that's a lawyer move. It's not like he did it out of the kindness of his heart, because he doesn't have kindness in his heart. Think about it. The shares, he had to give it up. It wasn't like Revolt was doing good anyway. The only thing people probably know about Revolt is probably Drink Champs. And how long would that last? You sitting there drinking. How long would it last? I love Nori. I love the show. But at the end of the day, that's what Revolt was pushing. They didn't have sports on their network. They didn't have none of that stuff. Think about it. They don't have ownership. All they have is this and tricking people. I can't say that these victims are just making up stories. No, they're not. They're healing themselves. They're coming to a point where they're saying, you know what, I'm going to speak up for myself, whether people like it or not. And that's what it's about, standing up for what you believe in. Stop being suckers like these people. They're trying to blindfold you guys and trying to fool you guys. What these hip-hop guys thought was smart, like the Chuck D's, that wasn't smart to those people. Being smart to those people meant business. Chuck D is smart in culture. There's a difference. Culture is needed to bring people together, but business is needed for the structure to grow. And they tricked you with the structure. You don't got no structure in hip-hop. That's why you lose. Everything is digital. With a snap of a finger, you can get hacked and nobody will ever have music from their favorite artist ever again. There's no hard copies to it. That's the trick. They don't have ownership. So when you see people, and Dream, I heard he sold his music a while ago, so he probably knew these things were coming, just like Diddy did. And I'm not blaming anybody or saying it because it's allegedly now, but I'm not going to just throw the victims away. No, we know there's a list coming. We know there's more people on that list. We heard the stories. You heard the big homie CC talk about how he slapped off Neo's hat. Neo in the club now, he think he Mr. Suave, and he run up to somebody else's girl and go kiss her hand. Are you crazy? So the bodyguard looked over and smacked his hat off. You know Neo got a problem with the baldy. He smacked his hat off in the club. So all Neo could do is put up the finger. That's it. What else they gonna do but get hurt? How you gonna walk over to another man and think you're on that type of another man with his lady in the club and you gonna kiss on her hand? Man, I would have smacked you too. Are you crazy? People are taking their power and over. When you see, you're gonna see a lot of things happening. Trust me. The victims will turn out to be the victor if they stand up for themselves and turn the situation around. That's what's gonna happen because some of these people have families and their families are just hearing the story just like us. Not everybody has suckers in their family. Some people come from stronger families and you know they can move stuff around. You can't be just disrespecting people and just taking people's innocence and throw it in your back pocket or sign it off on a record deal. That ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. The structure will drop. Whether we stand up together or I'll stand alone, it doesn't matter. It's not gonna happen. Whether I love the artist for a lifetime and one day he grapes somebody, I can't go for that. That's sucker stuff. Don't think these people could walk in public ever again. Because remember, mental health is at an all-time high and people see these people and they become food. Nobody's gonna back the people that hurt their own people. It's just it don't work like that. It don't work like that. So when you hear these victim stories, at least give it a listen. Don't just write them off because you think they just want money. It's not about the money. The Cassie situation would have, if nobody seen that video, they would have thought it would have been just about money. But seeing the video and you seeing the Diddy in some in some how we hear of him and behind the scenes, once you get to see it, you see the devil. You see the devil at his best. The man gonna turn around and call himself love. Are you kidding me? And I dare you to say something bad about Miss Wallace. The whole of Brooklyn will hunt you down. And you know it. You know you can't step foot in Brooklyn when they got allegations of you with Biggie. You think people like you more than Biggie? Are you crazy? We like Big. We love Big. Not Diddy as much. You kidding me? The shiny suit guy? That try to throw the shiny suit on the locks and them fellas? Come on now. Are you crazy? These men are feminine. Let's face it. When they get mad, they start slapping on these guys are funny dudes. It's common sense to tell you. They'll never want to try to step in front of the alpha male because God forbid, man, that they'll drag him in the street. It'll be the 4th of July somewhere, man. I'm telling you. The kids now are not going for it because they see the kids are going independent now. So that's how the game got tricked. So the people in the higher ups, they're nervous. They have no ground to stand on. They have nobody to rob. They bought everybody's music. What else you want them to do? Come on now. Hurt people are hurting people. Watch out for these people. Listen to what I'm telling you. These people already bought. Their time is ticking. They can't pass the money down to their kids. Their kids are going to make foolery with the money. They know this. The kids going to give the money back to the people. The kids ain't going to carry it on. They want to do the same thing their parents are doing. The foolishness. They don't have this up here to hold that type of wealth, to make it a legacy. Yeah, the money's there, but it's going to go into somebody else's legacy. You don't see what they're doing? The chess move is right in front of our face. Come on now. Y'all got to see that. Dream is ducking. Did we hear did Dream step up when Diddy was going through it? That's all I want to know. Did we hear anything from Dream? All that arrogance and you bigger than this or better than him, that ain't lasting too long. That's going to find you in a quick, early grave trying to hurt somebody's family or hurt somebody from just because they trying to get an opportunity to get in and be somebody. It's ridiculous in the game. And all this time they talking about, oh, they're the ones that's robbing. No, you're robbing your own damn people. We seeing it today. The list is coming out. You've been robbing your own people. Stop pointing the finger at other people. Think we fools? That's why politics is so crazy right now. Because people don't know who to trust. You're robbing your own people. House rappers. They get in position, and then they make people, their own people, bend over to get a little piece of something. You know why? Because they have to bend over to get in that damn position. It's disgusting. And think that you could walk around and prance around like you could take whatever you want. This is the same thing that happened to Drake. This is why Drake just caught a beating. Because behind the scenes, it ain't got nothing to do with music, who's better than who. Behind the scenes, he's sleeping with other dudes' women. So that caught up with him. So now he ain't got a leg to stand on. Yeah, he got the money, but where's that money good for? In Canada? Think about what's going on. The plot is right in your face. It's the legacy that's going to be erased. The music, it ain't got no value to it regardless. It's too much of it being pushed out. On platforms, it's not going to, you could hack the whole platform and everybody's music is gone. Can't find it. Can't even remember who it was. Things like records, hard press copies, tapes, when they got those out the way, it was over. The value was over. It was up for grabs at that point. I don't know why you don't see. It's going to be a lot more people coming that's getting caught for this. People that's been abusing women. Even you're going to see some men come out. But don't just point the finger at the victims. Point the finger at the people that wasn't saying anything, hiding behind the scenes because they knew their time was coming. It's disgusting, man. And what are they going to do? What are they going to do? Sit there and lie? Oh, no, they got to fight or pay the people off because they feel like they have some name. But you ain't got no name. You ain't got no ownership. You ain't got no ownership. Nobody ever respected the rich fool. The rich fool going to give the money all the way up. They're going to lose the money. Being culturally smart and being business smart are two different things. In that clash, I'm telling you who's going to win. Everything is on a subscription, kind of like a credit. And the people in charge of the insurance, those are the bosses. Yeah, you could go get that with good credit. Yeah, you could go get that. Yeah, you could go get that. But just remember, no, you don't own it. You don't own it. See, legacies get passed on to families and kids that can carry the legacy. Now, if you pass the legacy on to the kid that doesn't even believe in what you're doing or just want to become a rapper, where do you think that legacy's going? It's going right into the jewelry. That's back to them. The whole game is rigged. You got to think about it. What legacy can you carry on without a stable household? How could you? Where are you carrying that legacy? I just seen this lady. She's a billionaire off of her liquor company. But when I thought about it, it's like after she passes away, God forbid, but we all have to go. When she passes away, where's that money going? She even knew it. She said it in the conversation. She said in the conversation that, well, after that, it doesn't matter. Because she knew that legacy couldn't pass on. Somebody's going to take ownership. They're going to take the ownership of that lady when she passes away. So basically what you're doing is you're building yourself up, and if you don't have a legacy to pass on, it's the quicker somebody could come in and take your business, take your life, your life insurance is up. Everything is up, and it's in their pocket. You just build up a whole brand for somebody else because you can't pass it on to somebody that can keep it sustained. Do you see the trick in this? This is how it goes. You thought publishing was just in music? Nah, people are publishing, getting their life on the publishing. Your life is the publishing. It ain't just music. It's whatever you could start a business. I'm telling you, you could sell pens, and you sell 20 billion pens tomorrow, and you're going to have the same interruption because you sold and made billions off of just pens than it would be selling anything else. Diamonds, anything. And that interruption is, where's this money going to go? Because this money is forever coming in. Where is he funneling this money? It's a big responsibility when you're up there. And people take the responsibility and they stay like kind of in the middle because they're not fully up there, and they take the people that trying to get up there, they hold things over their head, and they have these people like puppets all around the industry. There's a lot of puppets in the industry. How many rappers spoke up for the Diddy? Think about it. How many rappers just said something? The ones that kept quiet, yeah, I know it's sad to us, but we all human here. We all know that, yo, a lot of dudes might have been sweet or might have did something that they regretted and thought that, he didn't have it on tape, and now they can't really say anything because when those tapes come out, which we are seeing as there's a couple people with tapes. It's not just him. Dream had a tape too. They're saying that he taped his things. So don't think that AI can't go back. He could erase it. He could think he could erase it, but like I told you, everything can be recovered even if you erase it on your device or wherever you think you have it, because it's an A and B. There's a reaction to like once you send it out, I don't want to get too techy on you guys, but once you send it out, it has to connect to another place for it to be read. For it to even, So your information is always going to be there. Whatever you put into any of these videos or whatever could be recovered, I'm telling you. Because all those videos, you're going to see these, that is the main weapon in these cases. Videos and holding things over people's head and pictures and things that people will find embarrassing because they have family members or people are married and they don't want their wives or they don't want their husbands to know what they did for this certain point in time. And people hold that over their head, so now they're a puppet to that person. But if you're honest and true with yourself, you'll never find yourself in these type of situations. You could imagine how many people are on those tapes with Diddy. Think about it. On that tape alone, probably would draw like at least 10 divorces. We probably wouldn't even know people are getting divorced now because of the stuff that's going on behind the scenes. I'm telling you, it's going down. A lot of these dudes, they're like younger chicks, and that's just the bottom line. They're going for the younger chicks, and now they ducking because they're at an older age, and they know that you can't play those type of games with older women. It ain't happening. You got to be solid with your approach, and you have to be at least have some kind of honesty if you're approaching a real queen. Come on now. They're only stuck in the beginning stages of dating where they're trying to impress the young person coming up. Don't you see how pedophilia that is? Don't y'all see what's going on? Don't y'all see these guys, their time is ticking? It's almost out. The bulk of money that they have now is still going to be taken by the government or the people that the higher ups up there because they owe for all the things that they did. They got people holding things over their head. And the cycle continues and the cycle continues. But nobody is going to understand until somebody get put in prison or put down and they realize that, oh, nah, this is really going down in the industry. It been going down. It been going down. They gave you the blueprint how it went down. They show you how it started. These guys, man, trust me, man, they swear they, alpha male. Nah, they feminine dudes. They just alpha on the screen, but behind the scenes, they feminine, man. Funny. Scared to say they're bisexual or scared to show who they really are because they did certain things for people behind the scenes. It's like, oh, I got to do this to get that. Yeah. People have been telling people about these stories. It ain't a conspiracy. It's actually the truth. Come on now. Come on now. If you really think these people are here and they're just pitching out their truth, when you come on. You think the only truth you're gonna get from people are from the outside looking in, breaking shit down. You're not gonna get the actual truth from the people sitting in there. That's their place of work. They know they sitting in the puddle. You think they're gonna want to tell you the truth? No, they're gonna tell you all the good things that happen. They're not gonna try to tell you the bad things that they have to go through, because if they told you that, then it would take down some of their pedestal they think they're on. But as the world puts an eye and pay attention to the people that's getting caught for these allegations, yeah, you're going to see a pattern of the same things. And like I told you in that Queen Latifah movie, in Set It Off, when she did like this with that picture with the ID, that even happens in politics. Politicians have this problem of holding things over people's head for people to do certain things. So yeah, these people become puppets. And yeah, they're taking advantage of who? Their own people. Who else they gonna take advantage of? Think about it. So don't when people saying, oh, they did contracts, we don't want to hear no more about that. Because all of that stuff could have been easy to stay away from if you had built up something of structure that your own people could go there and be treated right and be in a space where they won't get dealt this way. But no, you chose on to take on the rules of Massa and how he treated you. You passed it on, you took that blueprint and put it on your people. So yeah, you can't come back. So yeah, something might happen to you if you do something to somebody else's folk. Of course, yeah. Why not? Why would you think that these people, you think that your fans is gonna back you up because you sung a bunch of good songs or wrote for a certain amount of people? If you did that to somebody, I don't feel like, I'm pretty sure that if these allegations are true, I don't think you're gonna get another song with Beyonce. She ain't supporting that. Right? She ain't supporting that. See, there's a lot of people behind the scenes that, even though it's not like they took to a blind eye. They might have heard things here and there, but then the story gets confusing when you're in a part of it. But it all seems clear when the world takes a clean eye and a clear look at it. Then they start to realize, wait, hold on. He does this too. If you know about how many artists have been caught with these type of allegations, man, your mouth will drop. Just because now social media, the trick in social media is that victims do have a voice. Yeah, that's the good part of it. But to the victims out there, is you have to have, when you throw these allegations on people, see a lawyer, make sure you have the proper evidence before you explain yourself and come out there. Because what people are looking to do is find that one person lying and saying, you see? And try to scratch out all the truth that's been going on in the industry. It's not going to work. It ain't going to work. And as a matter of fact, the way things are going, you're going to see a lot of people run for the hills in a minute because they don't really have no foot in the game. They really don't have no foot in the game like they say they do. Really no ownership like that. If you don't know who pays you by streams, that means that you're already lost. If you don't know who pays you, then you won't know who robs you. The dysfunction in people, it's the things that people champion that becomes their demise. If you had champion business in the game, if you had champion people getting better careers, better contracts, if you had champion people just having a better education on the music industry, if you had championed these things, the more and more people that came in the game would have been smarter to these things that's going on, and they would have had corrected this a long time ago. But being that everything has to come out in some secret, or you have to every few days you hear somebody with the allegations because it's all coming together. This is the reason why that the game is the way it is. You're gonna see a lot of and it's sad, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. What can I say? What can I say? Can I say I hope that she's lying, or what can I say that I hope they're not? I don't know what to say in this because Dream is one of my top artists. He's like one of my top R&B artists. I'm dead serious on this. There's not a lot of R&B artists that that in the, at least not the new, I would say the new school of R&B in these times. I'm counting the new school in the 2000s too because R&B dates way back, So I wouldn't say there's a lot of them that I really like said, nah, that's that one. It's a few of them. It's only a few. It's only a few. Everybody else is kind of like, and he was one of them. Even Neo was one of them. A lot of artists, man, and it's some art. It's a letdown. It's a letdown to the fans. I mean, you could even sleep with fans and treat people right and let them know that you're only here for a night. But these people are holding things above their head and like treating them like puppets and then graping. But once you hear that, it's like, oh, you took something from her. Oh, nah, you might have to take something from a family member of hers or something. And they think they know what they're doing because it's always people that come from families that maybe they're not as well off, and it's your own people. Basically, they're not as well off, and you can take advantage of them because they want to get somewhere, and you're waving this invisible key that you probably don't even have the correct, you know, let in for that person, but you just faking them out. You a scammer. You're not an artist. See, that type of nonsense is the reason why hip hop is just crumbling slowly, slowly by slowly. And why people are just taking the music that they like and going in their little corners and listening to that and not knowing what's going on outside of that music. It's because people don't want to develop any more of what's next because we kind of figured out what's next. Nonsense. And then you got like these foolish guys, they get online and there's so many different serious things they can talk about, and maybe if they have a story that they can attach to something, but what do they get up here and do? Act like a kid. Act like a kid. I seen fathers act like their child. Because it's so numbing to just get in there, and that's hip hop. It's numbing your mind to be this person that stays in like a high school stage of their life and just does takes life by just on the living on the edge. Whatever. It's like whatever. And like I said, if it's something so bad that you can't reconnect when it comes down to these type of allegations, well, that's your ass. It is what it is. But you're gonna have to be ducking and dodging. That's why you're seeing these celebrities moving all over the place. Like, oh, he's moved up here, he moved up the block, he moved up the hills, he moved to Sweden. They're running. They're not buying new house. They're running. Because every minute somebody's in their window like this. Like, is that him? Yeah, they're chasing you down. How many people ran a Drake house? Yeah. Because we hearing what's going on behind the scenes. Dude, get your life right. Stop dating other people's girls or trying to sleep with other people's girls, because that type of stuff, ain't that what happened to Boosie, man? He got smoked in Atlanta. Trouble. The artist Trouble. He was sleeping with somebody else's girl, and the guy came home and he killed him. We've seen the results of this before. This pattern has been dealt. These cards have been dealt before. Time and time again, I tell you, it's the disrespect that's sold to people, that when it comes in contact with a person that's not having it, this is the outcome. This is the outcome. There's no other outcomes for it. It's like this, jail, prison for the rest of your life. What are we doing here? And how could you be singing to your queens and still graping them at the same time? Like, what's going on? But as we know, the list is going to get longer. Don't think the list is only one or two people. The list is long, man. These guys have tapes of people. These guys have been doing weird stuff behind the scenes, probably playing with themselves, watching the tapes over 1,000,000 times for all these years on these people. And these celebrities probably thinking like, yeah, he has a tape with me. I want them to get caught. I want them to get rid of that damn tape. These people are nasty, man. You guys got to pay attention, man, to the energy out there. Don't let these people fool you out here in the rap game, because all of that stuff it's not gonna last for long. Trust me. By 2025, the whole thing is gonna change. People are gonna be out of here. Out of here. Trust me. The time is ticking on it. Some of your favorite celebrities know what it is. They know what it is. And some of them are victims. Talking about who owns the music. Technology owns the music. You don't own your music. Technology does. You gotta pinch around and to try to pull some. People are, you don't understand. Victims, all the victims out there are monetizing their stories, and they have every right to. Because you was saying you was gonna get them through the door, and now you took advantage of them. Why not? Why wouldn't they monetize their story? Why wouldn't they? With all the evidence they got, why not? Monetize your story. Don't let nobody stop you from telling your story. Everybody has one. People want you to shh about your story and keep on dishing them money. No. Victims has to stand. You have to stand up as a victim and let people know that there's a lot of people out here that's gonna back you. The people that ain't gonna back you, they ain't for you. Don't you know a lot of these women in the industry, they're married to a person they don't even love. It's just like a little companionship. But the minute they see love, it like their heart sink, because both of them don't have that. Yeah, they gonna be running. I would expect something like that. And look at the energy on Kendrick Lamar. Like I told you, does it make sense now? Does the battle make sense now? It ain't no battle. Who's better? It's not. That's all over with. The energy on that is dropped so low. You guys won't believe it. I'm pretty sure if they drop album now, the numbers won't be the same unless somebody had to boost it. Because people are not paying attention to that. There's too many serious things going on, and in the midst of it, behind the scenes, y'all indulging in the nonsense. You can't put out nonsense and catty rapping people. Come on. Nobody, we grown men, we don't want to hear that. Even the females going back and forth, but that, it's kind of like, what's going on? Is either we going to get it right or it's just going to be a war. It's one or the other. Because we already see the people that we thought were somebody's or thought that there was some, kings and queens. These are the same people hurting their own people, man. These are house rappers, man. They get in position and take advantage of their people. Don't let these people fool you like they better than you. I told you, these people's pedestal is sinking, man. It's made on quicksand, y'all. Getting nowhere fast. Passing what legacy on if you have nobody to pass it to? You done hurt your people, so why would you come back to the community? This is why they was ducking. This is why you ain't see them. This is why when Diddy allegations came out, a lot of people went hiding again. Telling you. They want people not to bring this up. They want this to be a lie. They want it, but it's not a lie because you know the people you hurt. It's going to be a long list of this, and they're going to make billions of dollars off of these people because, of course, they did it. Some of them right now are alleged. It's like allegedly until proven true. Allegedly till proven true. And guess what's happening? It's getting proven. People are having... They're saving, some people saved in the Diddy situation, some people at least, they saved their clothes that the man did that to them in, and they put it in a bag for all these years. People are wisening up. They the ones in trouble. Man, I said, my goodness. That one was a surprise for me. It was a surprise. I love the dream, so I don't want to, it's just like, it's very disappointing. What you saying? Hell yeah. The tables are gonna turn regardless. Because the people that they think that's on their side is not on their side. So we got our biggest billionaires. Our biggest, we got Jay, we got it was Diddy. You think those people want to deal with them? That video games make like $3 billion, $4 billion on a week, 2 weeks. Tech is making that type of money, so they don't put those people just throwing power. No, they get handed off to people that's in power already that wants to invest in them to get them to that point. But some of those people don't want to deal with these people. That's just the facts. Now, if you have built up more of your people like that, then you would have had an army with you. But nobody is gonna be scuffling with you if you ain't did them right. And that's what we're seeing going on. There's a lot of people that's telling these stories from behind the scenes that work with these people because they haven't been done right. They've seen it with their own eyes, and if the court needs a witness, they'll be there to do it. It's not like people go looking like, oh, you're a snitch, you're this and that. No, there's a victim out there. You don't want to inherit that person's karma. You inherit it in that person's, if you've seen it and out of your own eyes and you was a part of it, of course you're going to inherit that person's karma if you keep holding it in. Yeah, you're a part of that. You're a part. But if you become part of the resolution and become part of the solution to the problem, then that karma doesn't stay on you. It only stays on the person that went out there abusing people. It's common sense. There's different types of people, but the people that hurt people and hold people back, the so-called gatekeepers, will be the people that fall before 2025. These are the people that they're going to be drained of all their energy, drained of their finances, and they're also going to be the same people that's going to be looking to take more from you guys. Because they can't fool those people. They already caught onto their trick. It's us, the people that's blindfolded to the stuff that goes on behind the scenes that they could only trick. But not me, though. Like I told you, if you keep looking at that money, you ain't going to have nothing. That's what it all meant. That's what I all meant by all of this. Just because a person has $1 billion, $2 billion, that could be snatched tomorrow. Then what do they have? Nothing. Nothing at all. And it's a damn shame that it took to 2024 for people to open their eyes of the buffoonery and the nonsense that was happening in hip hop for all these years. You mean to tell me all these years y'all was taking advantage of women behind the scenes, and people have to smile at the Whitney Houstons and have to go out there and smile on stage, and behind the scenes all these people were taking advantage of them? You mean to tell me that's what was going on? You mean to tell me all the fans that supported these artists, you mean to tell me y'all were the one taking the money from them? And they couldn't feed their family? Oh, well, something got to change. Something got to change. It took till 2024 for y'all to get that to this point. You know how behind that is, and how demonic that was for the devil to hold the game this long with these people in it? They got to get the hell up out of here. The youth has to take over the leadership in hip hop for hip hop to strive. If you keep going on with these old ideologies and these old things that these people have put upon you, the game is going to always stay the same. They don't respect the females. Not only in hip hop, it's the world in general, because nobody has stepped up in a place for themselves and say, you know what, we're not gonna take this anymore. The more people huddle together and stand for what's right, that's how the females will get more power, and the men that's in power will be less chances of them doing this to y'all. But you just can't stand it as women. You have to also have men on your side that agree with what's going on, with what you guys have to say for yourselves. And then you'll have a force behind you. That's how you build a community of people that's not going to stand for the nonsense going on. That's how you do it. You don't separate yourself and just go in the corner, because what happens is you're going to get bombarded with a bunch of people that don't have the same ideologies as you. It takes people with this up here to protect this down here in your pockets. If people were so smart, they wouldn't have to hire lawyers. Think about it. It's the bankers, the lawyers, the big people in positions are the people that control everything you do, regardless if you say you want to do it or not. They can make you do it. You pay bills, don't you? You think people like paying bills? But they pay bills. Because if not, then you understand? That's how it works. And in the industry, people use the things above your head for you to get to pay that bill. Because if not, they're going to show that your whole resume in front of the world. And you're not going to have enough strength, they think, to proceed and go ahead. But if you just realize that you are worth more than the money, and it's not the money, it's about the message and about what the things you leave in people's hearts, then you'll build your own value. You can't leave the message on a platform that ain't got your best your that's gonna not match your energy, or keep your stuff pushed forward. Don't you understand algorithms could push this stuff away and wipe it away so people never see it again? You're not on platforms that support what you are pushing for. So you have to get your strength and unity with the people that think like you, or you'll be left out there for yourself. Think of the strongest person in your head. Think of the smartest person in your head. Keep them in mind. See why the things that got them where they're at. And most likely it's not somebody that's going to be really that strong or really that rich. It's probably going to be just a wise person that got you through a few little different steps that you can believe in. Like, nah, he was right. She was right. And those are the people that once they all come together, once we all get together, we build off of something that's extraordinary. See, I know my placement. I know what I have to do. Regardless if I'm a fashion designer or not. My story is worth more than a lot of these guys' albums they spent on a lifetime. You want to know why? Because it's priceless. They keep the same story. That story could be retold a million times. Your story is priceless. Don't make your story out to what they have or what's been already said or done. Those are the stories that will never last. They downgraded the brains, the education, until they realized That's the only thing that will get them their freedom to their music, their rights, and everything. It was the trick. Yeah, you can buy the most diamonds in the world and the best jewelry in the world, but who are you buying it from? Who are you giving the money to? Okay. Is he wearing the same diamonds that you're wearing, or is he just wearing that regular plain Jane watch? Is his diamonds all the way around here? Man, y'all giving the money back. Dumbo. Invest in yourself, your health, the quality of your life. Instead, look, I even mentioned Sean Kingston. They walking Sean Kingston out. He got a towel over his head and he walking out. And on his back, all I can see is Balenciaga. Like that means something. It don't mean nothing. Balenciaga t-shirt, he was just in prison. He was just in jail. You can't pay your way out of everything. Because once the rat hit the trap, he realized it's over. It's over, I got you. What you thought it was, it wasn't. You thinking on one little aspect and I'm looking from a whole different angle. I'm looking over that. I knew you was going to hit that trap. I knew you was going to hit that trap. I've seen the pattern time and time again. You hit that trap. That's how it works. Look at Kanye West. He ain't even got a leg to stand on. I'm pretty sure at this point he doesn't even know if he wants to make Yeezys, shirts, music. He don't know what he want to do. Because every time he put his stand on something, it falls apart. Because really, there's no legacy in it. It can always be taken from him. He can't physically make the stuff and put it together. No, you need manufacturers, right? And now those manufacturers could be bombarded by another company that just making more than you, right? So you can be pushed out the way just like anybody else. Your money, when somebody, even with billions of dollars, if they say your money ain't good here, your money ain't good there. It is what it is. The party you thought was going to be the party of a lifetime was the party of the people that got tricked. The richest of people try to hide themselves. They hide their wealth. They have their money tied into certain things that's always going to bring them in money, but it's tied into things of other people with power. So that legacy can live on through other families that's built around their family. That's how it works. A lot of people are stuck. You can make as much money as you want, but when you pass away, where's that money going? Where's it funneled to? You don't really know. In a blink of an eye, it could be all given back to the person that gave it to them. The trick of the deceptional man and the deceptional game that we are uncovering right now. So you do this to people, and you're behind the scenes hiding because you know you did this to a girl out there. There's a chick out there for every demon in this game that can point a finger and say, nah, he did that to me. And you gotta hide. You gotta hide your whole life. As a matter of fact, you're kind of used to it because you don't like to be in the public eye. You want people to think because it's paparazzi chasing you, but in reality it's probably somebody's uncle, somebody's friend, somebody that knows the situation, knows the secret that got out, and they just want to bump into you. So you can think that you're going to pull this big. It's not going to happen. It won't even happen. They're not in front of you. They're behind you when they catch you at these points. And these are the things that people don't understand in life. When you hurt somebody, now that person could turn around and hurt somebody else, or that person can stop right there, understand who hurt them, and that whole karma goes right back to that person. Right back. It's like a full circle. Whether it hits now, later, time is ticking. So it's sad these allegations have to come out, and it's sad that we know the people that they're coming out against. But the real truth behind the scenes, we knew this was going to happen. Like I told you, this is going to be a thing that's going to be going on and on and on because people are finding the healing points in life, and you can't stop people from wanting to heal. If you did something to hurt somebody in any particular way that could be detrimental to your career, you just got to sit back and put on your seatbelt because people are building up themselves to defend their own selves, and you got to stand up for yourself. Stand up for the things that you believe in, the things you was raised upon. Even if you was coming up in a family that you came up in a hurt family, doesn't mean you have to make another hurt family. If that's the case, don't make that damn family, because they're gonna put that hurt on somebody else. Okay? It's not just about sleeping and getting in bed with somebody and having your 2 minute pleasure of fun, and then come start a family and you can't support it. It's not about that. It's more about dealing with the people that you're gonna put the covers over your head. Know who's under there, and know if something does go down, you can work stuff out with them. And it's just I see you guys Friday, man. There's a lot going on. I'm pretty sure that we're gonna hear a lot more things come to the light. But look what's going on, y'all. Just take a look at what's going on in the game. And they got the nerve to try to hide in behind the scenes, but they know they did this to people. Come on, gatekeepers. The gatekeepers to what? The cemetery? What type of gatekeepers you talking about? I don't know, man. Until next time, you already know it is, bro. It's your boy Mickey Made It. I'm gonna drop an animation for you guys, man. And who knows, man? There's a lot of things popping up in the mornings. I might be back on here later on today if y'all want me. I might be. If something pop up, I'll be right here on that breaking news. But it's just sad out there, and don't be fooled by these people, man. Everybody is gonna get their day. Every dog has his day. That's the best thing I can say, man. So, man, love you guys. Make sure you share this video, and if you want to support the brand, how could I forget? Yo, Inspired by Dreams is my brand. It's going up. I'm about to go fix up some orders right now and get things together, because I want to add some new pieces to the line. And if you guys want to, I'm going to drop the link right under this live video. Just give me a few minutes after this is over and you'll see the link. Or if you want to go straight to it, the link is also in my bio. And you guys can check out my fashion. I got a new drop that I'm going to be dropping today. It's up there already, but I'm going to drop it on Instagram. A whole bunch of places. You'll see it. But I love you guys, and stay away from these people, man. They're weirdos, and they got to stay inside come 2025, all right? Love y'all. Peace, and I'll see you guys Friday. 1.